Are we live? We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to SWAT Central. Oh, yes, where cops come to visit Bruce with guns drawn. Welcome to SWAT Central. There we go. Let's see if I can make that mute come in there. There we go. Sorry, folks. I'm just kicking everything together here. Here we are. How you doing? How's it going, everybody? You know, you think that you do a sleepy little, you do a YouTube channel. You talk about cruise ships, you know, in a small little town like Creston, and you figure that nothing much is going to happen here. It's a town of 5,000 people. I mean, what's going to happen in a small town of 5,000 people in Canada, surrounded by mountains? And then you talk about cruise ships, and you mentioned a couple of countries in the Caribbean, and then all hell breaks loose. you become like hot stuff. Yeah, it's live SWAT Central right here on Traveling with Bruce in Creston, British Columbia. Unbelievable! What a day! What a 24 hours! But I got to tell you, the views are up. I tell you, whoever did what they did, the views have kind of picked up a little bit. It's kooky. It's just insane. I don't know what to say. It has been a wild time. We're fine. Jennifer is fine. We're laughing and giggling around here as always. It's just the same old. Our daughter was shocked. She being the social media, I won't say expert, but she knows her stuff. She's a copywriter. She's well aware of social media and everything else, and she's just blown away. I mean, she's blown away that her dad has a channel with 18,000 plus subscribers. That's nuts. But that you got swatted at home. Yep, we sure did. Pretty kooky. Had a friend over today, kind of a handyman kind of guy. Pretty good with a with a hammer and saw and screwdriver and all that kind of stuff. He's going to help repair the door. But for those of you who weren't here, those of you who weren't around, I'll tell you what happened. At the 39-minute mark of my show yesterday, I heard knocking on the door downstairs, but it wasn't the kind of Girl Guide knocking. The kind of that light, gentle knock that Girl Guides do to. Would you like to buy some cookies? No, this was we mean it knocking. And I was trying to at the time it didn't occur to me, but I've been thinking about it since, going, well, what kind of knocking is it? And some of you have been commenting to me, after I saw your show, I think that definitely was police knocking. The kind of knocking you see on TV shows, on movies, that kind of. We need to have someone answer this door now, right now, and we're not interested in waiting for another minute. By the time I had yelled out to Jennifer to go downstairs, because I'm spending with you, Jennifer worked her way down the main stairway. By the time she got to the bottom of the stairs, the officer was kicking the door in. He wasn't knocking anymore. The boots were being put to the front door, and we have a serious boot print because the boot was kind of covered in some muck. We have a serious boot print on the door. Our door frame has been damaged pretty roughly, and so there was some damage to that. She looked out the window beside the door, going, "Who are you?" She had no idea who was there, and the individuals, the two officers, saw movement in the window, saw someone looking out, and they motioned to her to come on out. They quickly realized to say, this isn't like a 22-year-old young girl or anything like that. And Jennifer opened the door, and what's going on? And they quickly realized that A, she's fine. B, she's kind of the age of our mom. She's and she didn't look armed or anything like that. So they then asked, is Bruce here? Because apparently a call had come into the RCMP detachment that Bruce was causing bodily harm to Jennifer, and it was with an instrument, a cutting instrument. Pretty nasty stuff. So they wanted to see Bruce as soon as possible. Like, can you get him down here right now? I was already on the way down as you were watching. I went downstairs, and the two gentlemen had their weapons drawn. Don't think they were pointed at us, but the weapons were in their hands. Handguns, not rifles, not like SWAT teams in the U.S. with all that. None of that stuff. We have two guys with two vehicles who came over here from the RCMP detachment, which is 4 or 5 minutes from the house. It's just over here. It's a small town, you know. And they came over and wanted to have a quick word to make sure. I identified myself as who I am. They don't know that I'm a YouTuber. They know now, but they didn't know that. And they mentioned what the problem was, that they got a call and that there was an incident. And I said, well, I'm just a YouTuber on the air. I'm on the air right now. I love talking about cruise ships, and I'm talking to my peeps about that. They said, would you mind if we took a look around? I said, come on in. Come on in the house. Walk around. Can I get you a coffee? Help yourself. Come have a seat on the couch and watch the show. I mean, no problem. So they came in, and Jennifer took care of them. And it de-escalated very quickly to the point where they're shaking their heads. But here's the kicker. You don't know this yet, folks. Here's a kicker for you. While they were in the house, the two officers, the lead officer got another message from headquarters. Another call came in. A second call to the house that I was doing damage to myself. I was, in effect, trying to kill myself with a weapon. And he said, well, apparently you're trying to do something else to yourself. I'm going, well, there you go. It's either the same guy or gang of, group of, who are trying to muck it up. And someone out in the ether is watching the show, having a lovely old time, watching the commotion going on the show. So there is one of the prices you have to pay to do what I do. I guess it's the first time it's happened to me. I actually saw some videos today of other YouTubers who were quote swatted. That's the word they say. That's what they call it. And it usually happens to young YouTubers. I should correct myself. Most YouTubers are young. How many other 63-year-old YouTubers do you guys watch? There aren't very many of us in my age group that host a YouTube channel. Now, how many do you know that do a live show 6 days a week? You don't know anybody. I don't know anybody else that does live shows 6 days a week. I do live shows 6 days a week. In any event, the swatting videos that I've seen are of young what's the word I'm looking for? Young aged kids. I call them kids because they're in their 20s, maybe their 30s. Gamers, I would say, is another way to say it. That they're gamers, and they're being swatted by some viewer out there who are just claiming the most outlandish things are being done in the person's home, and the local cops show up thinking there's a problem here. There's a serious problem here, and we're going to see what's going on. So anyway, sorry, I'm distracted in front of you right now, folks. My computer went down. Now my phone isn't running rightly. Maybe the trolls are at it again. I'm just double checking what's going on. Anyway, I've seen some of these videos. They're not pretty. They come in. These guys come in fully body armed, with full blown military grade rifles and automatic weapons and who knows whatever else you want to call them. And these poor YouTubers are just dragged out of their chairs, and they're made to lie down on the floor, and they're cuffed, and they're I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I just shake my head and go, you gotta be kidding me. But welcome to the world in which we live. The authorities, of course, are under such duress and stress that they have no idea what situation they're going into. The YouTuber that's just trying to do their show with their peeps has no idea what's happening. and the perpetrators are out there just giggling it up, thinking it's the best thing ever. And I live for the day that I hear that some of these folks get caught and rounded up, and no mercy from me. if the RCMP came by and said, we have an individual, would you like to press charges? I would say, yeah, more than as far as we can go. Oh yeah, I'm more than happy to press charges. As much as it can be. If I can actually do a civil suit, I'd be even happier, especially against the parent or parents, the guardians of the individual. I'd be delighted to go after them for every nickel they have, because I just don't take kindly to officers having to point a weapon at my wife for answering her front door because I'm on a YouTube channel. It just doesn't ring with me. It's not. I don't have a sense of haha about it. So no, I'd be more than happy to have a legal team go after whomever for whatever is possible. Yeah, no question about it. So if you're out there, oh, we're waiting. Yeah, I look forward to the day. So anyway, there you go. So we're alive. Yes, we have a handyman who is going to repair the door. That will be, I don't know how much it's going to cost us. I don't know. It's I'm hoping a couple $100, but it might be $300 or $400. We may have to drop some coin to repair the door. So I guess the ratings are helping, fix the house. Wasn't planned, but other than that, I slept like a log last night. Oh man, I was wiped out, tired. I had no problem sleeping, no twitchy worries about anyone at the door. Now, the good news here is that we're in a town of 5,000 people. Very low crime rate here. I mean, really low. When we hear a siren around here, it's a big deal. I mean, to hear a siren, Creston, you gotta be kidding me. It's usually a road accident. It's there might be an injury involved, like on the highway. That's when the ambulances go by with a siren, of course. But we don't have shootings here. We don't. It's 5,000 people. We have 2 bank branches here in town. We have 2 grocery stores. We have about 4 gas stations. We got a Timmy Hortons. We got 1 Timmy. Yeah, there isn't much going on. But yeah, yesterday on this little street, there was a lot going on. So what can I say? Anyway, we're alive, we're well, and we press ahead. I really don't think that this was perpetrated by a viewer that was angry at what I'm talking about. I don't think so. I have had, in the last month or so, 2 months or so, I've had some success on my channel, as you know, the last 3-4 months. But in the last month or so, I've had one video in particular that has caught a lot of attention. It's the 10 worst cruise ports. That video has done almost 650,000 views, which for me is a record. But in YouTube, it's a nothing. A 600,000 video is nothing on YouTube. 6 million is still. There's a lot of videos I've done, many thousands, maybe million. But in any event, for this guy, 600,000 views on the video, oh yeah, that's a big deal. I've had some very nasty comments on that video from people who are really upset that their country was included in the 10 worst countries to go to on a cruise ship. No, I doubt very much that someone would go to the trouble to do all that to try to muck it up. I think what we're talking about are some punks, some real sad case kids who are just looking for a thrill, and it's happening all over YouTube. Apparently, I'm getting info from people who are saying, Bruce, don't be surprised. This is part of the game. It's the latest thing. But I can tell you, the guys at the detachment. Oh, have they got a sophisticated system over there to track info and calls, and they can go back weeks and months, and oh my gosh. So I don't know how sophisticated their tracking systems are. I just leave it to them. I really don't want to know. But apparently this is part of the game. And we'll do the best we can with what we got and just keep on going. I'm not going to stop. I love YouTube too much to let a punk get in my way. That's not going to happen. Let's talk about some news of the day. I've got a little bit of cruise news for you, and let's kind of go on with it. Yesterday, I did a video about the folks at Carnival announcing that they were going to cancel cruises into Antigua. The other shoe dropped today, or at least another shoe dropped today. Holland America and Seabourn have now also announced that they are pulling out of Antigua. They won't be coming in. It's at least 14 cruises between now and the end of this year, I think. Waiting still to find out about Princess, and I'm waiting about Costa, because these are also Carnival cruise lines, cruise ships. I'm waiting for, because Holland America is owned by Carnival, just so you know. So I'm waiting to hear what comes up out of the rest of them. I just wouldn't be surprised. I did do some more digging. I did some more research into the story about this Antigua story, because have I been getting responses from Antiguans very upset with me, really upset. Sorry, folks, that you're losing cruise ships. There is a spat going on between various factions inside Antigua and elsewhere. And from what I can gather, and again, I'm not an Antiguan expert here. I'm not an Antiguan expert. From what I can gather, just to kind of give you an overall background here, the country Antigua, beautiful as it is, two islands, Antigua and Bermuda. Bermuda was badly hit during the hurricane, and I tried to mention this in my video. I tried to mention how in the after Irma and the other hurricane came through, Maria, Irma and Maria came through. Bermuda was so badly hit that all residents had to be evacuated off the island. Now, the good news is, it's bad news, but the good news, only 1,800 people live on that island. The other island, that is the one where most people, like 90-something-odd% live. And it was generally spared certainly spared from catastrophic damage. There was some damage, I'm sure, some flooding here and something. But all in all, Antigua and St. John's were up and running in no time, not too long a time. And cruise lines started coming back to Antigua, not too long after the incident. People are really upset that I may have intimated that the entire country was wiped out. That's just not the case. And again, the whole point of my video was to talk about the fact that Carnival was pulling out. That was the whole point. That's what the title of the video is. But oh gosh, some of the details really got people riled up. Other things that I mentioned were the fact that there have been some incidents, crime incidents, and some specifically against cruise passengers that happened. The latest one, I think, was February the 5th. Two passengers from one cruise ship were accosted. One was stabbed. Then there was an American gentleman who had been badly beaten and robbed. And so the U.S. government and the Canadian government, in particular, I was really trying to just highlight that governments are saying to their citizens, hey, be on the lookout when you go out to wherever you're going on a cruise. But when you're going on a cruise to these small countries, be careful, because, if you find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time, if you don't hang around in groups, you might find yourself alone, and you never know. Something untoward might happen to you. Anyway, I mentioned that, and I didn't like that either. But the little more background for you. This storm, it wasn't a storm. These hurricanes, these Category 5 monsters that created billions of dollars of damage throughout the Caribbean, did their fair share in Antigua. And Antigua, the government has been seeking relief, financial relief, from loan obligations, from capital obligations that they're just running. They're running on low fumes. And I get it. I mean, they have limited ability to make money, and they've had a lot of infrastructure damage, and they need a lot of money to rebuild infrastructure that will last for years and years and years. But you got to pay for it now, and it's been difficult. So Antigua, Dominica, and other independent island nations have had a tough time going out there to raise cash, to get debt forgiveness, or get loans renegotiated over a longer time, whatever it is. And countries have stepped up and helped out, a number of them. And Antigua is no exception. And the people in Antigua, I'm sure, are great people. I lived in the Cayman Islands for a couple of years. They were great people. I enjoy the island life myself. I'm sure Antiguans are fine. But there's something else going on, and the something else that's going on is the perception by the Prime Minister, maybe the government of Antigua, that they're trying to get more money out of cruise ship passengers, and one way to perhaps get it was to get more cash out of the cruise lines that are bringing passengers to these islands. And hey, if you're bringing in 1 million people a year or whatever the number is, and a whole bunch of them are cruise ship passengers, you're going to rely on the cash flow of these folks. And if you can find a way to improve cash flow from these folks, great. If you can give them an experience where they want to pay to do, where it's a win-win. This is happening in Dominican Republic. This is happening in the Cayman Islands. Things are going well in the Caymans, too well almost. Saint Martin, there's been a brand new zip line feature ride built and all kinds of neat stuff to bring people up and enjoy. They have tours everywhere. I mean, islands of the Caribbean are very entrepreneurial, and they're trying to figure out ways to engage the passengers from cruise ships to come on shore and spend money. And I say that's a great thing. I think it's fantastic. If you as a country can get people to come to your country and then take tours and take high-speed boat rides or zip line this or water park that, whatever you want to, whatever you're building, more power to you. If you can get people to go scuba diving or snorkeling, or if you can get them to hike or take eco bike rides or whatever, I mean, whatever it is you can do to make it happen, make it happen. But if you expect the cruise lines to just pay you more money for the pleasure of dropping them off, think again. The cruise lines are not governments. They are privately run entities that make money. And cruise lines, they are businesses, and they will work with governments on business. Oh, for sure. But it's got to work both ways. And cruise lines have an unfair advantage over land-based governments, and that is they can take their ships anywhere else, all over the place. And if you drive a hard bargain, too hard a bargain, it might not work for the cruise line, and they can just not stop at your dock. It's just that brutal. It's that simple, that unfair. That's the way it is. Airlines are the same in a way, except that landing rights and slots are negotiated over time, and there are lease obligations, and airlines have a little more. It's not as easy for an airline just to pull out of a country. Although, in the case of an emergency, riding in the streets, a volcano, earthquakes, airlines don't go. Hurricanes, they don't go to certain spots, and then they'll come back. Cruise ships can avoid trouble anyway. They can avoid trouble easily because the seas are everywhere. 3/4 of the planet's covered in water. So cruise ships can avoid natural catastrophes, man-made catastrophes, and they can avoid bad business deals or deals that they don't agree with. And it might be a great deal for the country and the people of the country, but the private-run cruise lines, they look at a deal and it doesn't work for their bottom line, they won't come. And you can be as mad as you want at them. It's not going to make a damn darn bit of difference. Something else to kind of consider too. Antigua and Grenada and St. Kitts and a number of other Caribbean countries. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just rattling off a few off the top of my head here. These are countries with small populations. These are not countries with millions and millions of destitute third world people. Not that at all. These are, I think, well governed, well run, strong family tie, strong family value countries with solid footing, with history, and a proud heritage. But, and here's the but, a cruise line like Carnival that has 26 ships under its brand name, then it has another 78 other ships under all the other brand names that they have. That is a $35 billion, $60 billion monolith of a corporation. That thing is huge. They have hundreds of thousands of employees. They have billions of dollars in loans. They have huge obligations to their investors, and they handle millions of tourists every year, tens of millions. These guys do it right. There's a reason they're this big. Carnival is as big as it is, as is Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, all these guys. They are as big as they are because they know what they're doing. And what they do is they move people on cruise ships, but not for 6 hours at a time from point A to point B, get on, get off. They can handle people for 4 days, 5 days, a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, as long as you want. They can take you around the world, and they do it right. And they've been doing it for decades. And these are the pros. I like there's a little nickname I have is the pros from Dover. That's from the movie MASH. These are the pros from Dover. They know what they're doing. And if I were a government and I didn't have 250,000 people, if I had 100,000 people, I would be working with these guys hand in hand, almost to the point where nationals, my fellow countrymen, might even accuse me of being in their pocket. Because my thinking is, I'd rather have my enemies right here. Hold your enemies close. If you can get Carnival and Norwegian and Royal Caribbean and MSC and all the others to want to do business with you guys because you are straight shooters, even when politics comes into play, you guys are still consistent with your message and you don't change the rules overnight or arbitrarily. Yeah, we're interested in dealing with you because cruise lines take out 20 and 30-year loans for each cruise ship that they build. They build $1 billion cruise ship. They put 250 million of their money on the table, and they borrow 750 million for 30 years. They cannot play the game of, oh, who's in power now? Who's running Jamaica this year? Who's running Antigua next year? Who's running St. Kitts the year after? They can't play that game. They can't. No, we can't go from certainty to complete uncertainty because there's a regime change in politics. It doesn't work that way. The beach in Antigua, the beaches are there no matter who's in power. The palm trees are there no matter who's in power. The land is there no matter who's in power. The people are there no matter who's in power. I understand, though, that certain people on the opposition will look at government and go, gee, you know, that deal that those guys cut is such a crap deal. They gave away the country. They gave away rights. Da, da, da. When we take over, we're going to change everything. Well, great. You come on in and you tell Carnival that the per person portage fee, a docking fee, is now going to be this much money without discussion. Guess what they're going to do? They're not going to pay it. They're just not coming. They're just not going to come. They're going to just going to stop. They're going to go elsewhere because they have dozens of places they can go. And so today, Holland America and Seabourn have been added to the list of cruise lines not coming to Antigua. And so here we are. Is Antigua better off? No. Is Antigua worse off? Probably. How long will it last? Hopefully not very long. Hopefully there'll be cooler heads will prevail. We'll find out. In the meantime, in the so-called cruising world, Global Ports Holdings has been gaining market share of ports that they're running. They've landed Havana, they've landed Nassau, they've landed Antigua. They're going after others. The question will be, is there a problem between Global Ports Holdings and some of the cruise lines? Is there a problem here? Because if there is a problem, there are going to be continuing problems going forward. It's not like the cruise lines will just cave and give Global Ports whatever they want because Global Ports has a 30-year contract in Antigua. The cruise line won't go to Antigua for 30 years. It just won't go there. They'll keep building ships that are so sophisticated and so unbelievable with amenities that they'll run 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 day cruises and they won't stop anywhere. They'll just keep them at sea the entire time. They won't pay any government anything. And they'll keep all the money for themselves and they'll sell the package as a getaway sail to the passengers, and passengers will take a shot at it. And if it's a good cruise, they'll do it again because it gets to the point where cruise ship passengers get it. They get off a ship and they realize that within 5 minutes of being on land, they realize, I shouldn't have gotten off the ship. Why did I do this? Well, this is pointless. This place is it's pretty, but oh, am I being mistreated? Or you want me to pay how much to do what? To take a 1 hour bus tour is $150. Why would I do that? I can ride a bus at home for $50, from $20. I got my own car. What do I need to do this for? Why don't I just stay on the ship, even though it's in port? I'll lie by the pool and I'll keep buying my $6 beers. I'll pay $10 for a beer than to go onshore and buy a beer for $4 and have to pay an exorbitant price to go somewhere and do something. They won't do it. Passengers are just too sophisticated that you can't fool them anymore. It's not going to happen. So yeah, there's a disconnect from time to time that surfaces and it bubbles over, and here we are with an Antigua situation. Now, what's happening with Royal Caribbean, MSC, and all the other cruise lines that come into Antigua? I don't know. Will they also pull out? I don't know. Will they be able to negotiate a better deal than Carnival was being offered, or is this across the board? Does the government in Antigua want a whole lot more, no matter what? I don't know. I'm not in the office of the Prime Minister. I'm not going to be. I'm not the negotiator. I'm just a guy following the story, trying to tell you folks at home what I'm hearing, because I do this work full time, 7 days a week. That's what I do. Anyway, there you are. There's the latest on Antigua, as far as I can tell you. If there are any Antiguans out there really mad at me, I'm sorry you're mad at me. It's too bad. I just try to follow the stories that I'm following, I'm reading about, I'm getting all kinds of information from wherever I can get it. And I keep doing updates to keep everyone posted on what's going on. But I didn't cause the mess. I'm not perpetrating the mess. I'm just reporting on it. But, sometimes the messenger is who you send the cops after. I don't think any Antiguans are sending the police after me. But in any event, what can I say? All right, so another story I'm following today to change topic. Not much of a topic. It's just another story here. By the way, 106 of you are here. Welcome to the show. 51 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. Love the fact that you're all here. The other story here is out of Mexico. And this is kind of connected to Antigua in a funny kind of way. So hang in there. If you stick around, you'll understand what I'm trying to do here. I read this morning, first thing in the morning, that Puerto Costa Maya, the port in Costa Maya in Mexico, they can now handle 4 ships at a time. They can now handle 4 cruise ships simultaneously. They can handle 2 Oasis-class ships at the same time. What has this got to do with Antigua? What has this got to do with anything? Well, I'll tell you. Everything. This has everything to do with everything, because the folks in Mexico in this port, they've done the math. They're paying attention. They figured out, oh my gosh, Royal Caribbean just ordered the sixth Oasis-class ship to be built. The Symphony of the Seas just came out 6-8 months ago. They've now ordered another one. Carnival Cruise Lines just ordered the Mardi Gras and a sister ship to the Mardi Gras. These are 52 to 6,000 passengers each, depending on occupancy. The Iona, the big cruise ship for P&O in the UK, has been ordered. It's coming out next year. There are some ships from MSC coming out that are going to hold 6,000 plus passengers. They're coming. Mexicans know this. The Mexican port authorities know what's going on. They are paying attention. We cannot just sit here and think that handling 2 or 3 of these ships at a time is good enough. We got to go big or go home, because these larger cruise ships will not come to our port unless we can handle them, not only at the dock, at the pier itself, but the entire port facility. We have to handle the possibility that 5,000 or 6,000 passengers are going to come off a cruise ship over a 2-hour window and want to take tours from here. You know how many buses you need for 6,000 people per ship? You're talking 2 coming in on the Oasis side, and then 2 other ships that are probably holding 4,000, 5,000 passengers each. We're talking 20,000 passengers over a 2-3 hour window in the morning, and 20,000+ passengers in the afternoon coming back, because they leave. Don't forget, they leave. You got to have the entire infrastructure around the port. You got to have parking for the buses. You have to have the roads to handle the loads. You have to have the highways in and around there to get them where they got to go. You got to have where to take these people when you take them. You can't take all 20,000 to one geological site. You can't do that. You can't take 20,000 people to one beach. You can't take them all to one golf course. You got to spread them out. And so the folks in Mexico they got it. They know. And today, the fourth ship can now be handled. And in Costa Maya, the thinking is, and they won't say it, this is in their back room, we just nailed down 4 ships a day going forward for the next 5 to 10 years. We've just nailed this down, and that means we won't lose a ship to Antigua. We won't lose a ship to Jamaica. We won't lose a ship to the Caymans. We won't lose whoever else is going after the business. We got ours. We got 4 big ships coming into Costa Maya. We can handle 20,000+ people a day, and we're going to wow the cruise lines with our infrastructure on how we do it here. And that solidifies them as a winner going forward the next 10, 20, 30 years. And this is what cruise lines want. This is what cruise lines need. They need a partner, a government, a country government, or a regional government, or a port authority. So whoever it is we have to deal with, just tell us. We'll work with whoever we have to work with to make this work for both sides. And for the folks at Costa Maya, hundreds of jobs, if not thousands of jobs, not only in the port area, for the bus drivers, for the maintaining of the buses and all of that, the companies that run these buses, all the facilities that are being visited, 20,000 tourists a day could be coming 7 days a week, depending on the time of year. This is a lot of employment. It's a lot of cash flow. This is a lot of wealth. And the tourists get what they want, which is an outing. They get an outing in a comfortable vehicle, air-conditioned, in English, multiple languages, whatever. It's all good. The bathrooms are clean. The water is safe to drink. I mean, it's just the basics of life. And this ties into Antigua and into everybody else. And I've said it before, my friends in the Cayman Islands, I used to live in the Cayman Islands. They are in a real political football over there with regard to their port in downtown Georgetown. The cruise ships coming to the Cayman Islands, they have to park a quarter mile offshore. They have to drop their tenders in the water, their lifeboats, and they got to put their passengers into the tenders, a couple hundred at a time, 150, 250 at a time, and chug them into downtown Georgetown to get off the little tenders down there. Go on your tours for the day, and in the afternoon, there's lineups to get back on your tenders and then chug back to your ship. There are days in the Caymans where it's too windy to even do that, and so no one visits the Cayman Islands. And the Cayman Islands government, they have got a constituency of 2 kinds. They have 2 kinds of constituents. You've got the people who work in the Cayman Islands for offshore banking, and then you've got the tourist trade workers. And the tourist trade workers, I would say a vast majority of those folks who own those businesses are Caymanian. They're voters. The offshore expatriates, of which I used to be one, we can't vote. We have no say in how the government is run. I get to live in the Caymans, work in the Caymans, spend my money in the Caymans. I have no vote at all. I'm there 2 years. I can't see a thing. And I also had better not criticize openly too much with regard to the Caymanian people, because I might find my work permit revoked. So I'm even silenced about talking about it when I'm down there. This is a government that's in a real pickle right now, because the voters are the ones running these tours out of the pier, the dock. The non-voters are the ones commuting in and out, trying to get to their offices, get their kids to school, go grocery shopping, and just live their life. And they're inundated, like everyone else is, with up to 15,000, 20,000 tourists a day coming into the islands when weather permits. The government now wants to build a full-blown dock that can handle 4 to 6 ships at a time, including Oasis class ships. So in other words, the Cayman Islands wants to go to 15, 20,000+ tourists a day from cruise ships to come in, because the island of the Cayman Islands, the government of the Cayman Islands is completely drinking the Kool-Aid that this is the way to go. This is the way to go for us as a country. We can bring in all kinds of money here. We can satisfy our electorate. Way to go. When in reality, I think, in the case of the Cayman Islands, being such a high-end place and so expensive to be in any event, the resorts on 7 Mile Beach and around the island, those resorts are the ones that actually bring in the big bucks. They bring in the real money. They bring in the jobs, because tourists stay overnight. They have to eat 3 meals a day. They got to rent a car. They go on tours. They go see different sites. They spend money downtown. These are the folks that actually spend serious money. You want to spend a week in the Cayman Islands? $5,000 a person, minimum 5 Gs. Don't even think about going down there for less than that. So a husband and wife going for 2 weeks, yeah, 20,000. It's serious money, and the Ritz-Carlton is fully booked. The Marriott is booked. The Westin is booked. All the big chains are there. Cruise ship passengers, we are cheap. We don't spend a lot of money. We do come in for tours. Yeah, we'll go to Stingray City in the Cayman Islands. We'll do a tour in Antigua, but we don't spend the kind of money that if we were staying overnight that we would be spending. But certain countries feel that that's the way to go. By the way, cheers, everybody. Speaking of Kool-Aid, it's the way this business runs. It's the way that the Caribbean operates. Various regions of the world operate in their own unique way. Alaska is a whole other animal. The state created all kinds of headaches to cruise passengers and cruise lines about 10, 15 years ago. They wanted to put in a $50 head tax on every passenger going up to Alaska. The cruise line said, "The hell with that, we're not coming." And all kinds of cruises got canceled. All kinds of layoffs took place in Alaska, in Skagway and Juneau, Anchorage. Then a negotiated deal was worked out, and port fees were figured out, and we'll work it together. But there are still issues going on between the cruise lines and the Alaskan authorities. And it all depends on who's in power. Is it a Democratic governor or is it a Republican governor in Alaska? Right now we have a Republican governor, and there's all kinds of issues happening there. This is just part of the business that cruise lines have to deal with. The passengers just want to see icebergs. They want to see glaciers. They want to see mountains. They want to see whales in the water. They want to see porpoises. They want to see dolphins. That's all the tourist wants. But the behind the scenes haggling to divvy this thing up, it's billions of dollars on the line all across the board. And unfortunately, politics gets involved when politicians get accused of kowtowing to the cruise business or the cruise industry, and all of a sudden the cruise industry is inside a political fight they don't want to be in, and there you go. And so we find ourselves in these kinds of stories from time to time. I'll cover it. I'll do the best I can for it to let you know what I think is going on, what I sense is happening, what I hear and see what's going on. But can I make it better? No. Can I change it? No. Should you send the cops to my door because you don't like I talk about it? No, that's not a good idea. It's just not going to fix your problem. Causes me problems, I'll tell you that, but that's another matter entirely. We'll deal with it. Anyway, there you go. There's my little story of the day. By the way, the channel continues to roll right along. We are now at 18,275 subscribers, another 130 plus from yesterday. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome one, welcome all to the show. Welcome to this channel here. Please sign in. Tell me, where are you watching me from? What's your temperature today for the high? How are you getting warm out there? Is anyone getting warm? Because there's a bomb cyclone coming, apparently, a massive storm coming into the USA now and through the next 5 or 6 days, going from the west to the Midwest over to the east. Apparently, it's going to create all kinds of havoc. We here are in relatively okay weather. We had snow last night for about 1 inch, and it's virtually all gone. All the roofs were white and the streets were white. It's all burned away. We're probably into the 40-degree mark now. We're trying to become sunny, but it's still cloudy-ish, but it's improving here. Things are definitely moving the right direction. How are things happening where you live? How is the weather where you're hanging out? Let me know. And let's see what's going on. There it is. There's the update of the day. Say hi to me if you'd like. I'd love to say hi to you and see how everyone's doing today. We've got 60 thumbs up so far. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to catch messages sort of as they fly here. I'll just say hi to who I see. I try to catch up to you. Vivian and Paul. Vivian is here from the UK. Paul Wilson is here. Tom Henry is here. Scott Weber. Welcome one and all. 61 to Paolo's birthday, says Scott. Sylvan Forrest is here from Delray Beach, as always. 81 Fahrenheit, he's saying. He's enjoying his cigar and libation. Thumbs up. Hit that button for Bruce. Hit the subscribe button for Bruce. So thank you, everybody, for all of your support, all your kind words. Scott Weber is here. You are more alive than Facebook is right now. Thank you. Let's see here. Tracy Dunlap is here. Welcome from Naples, Tracy. Gary Bruxford, live SWAT Central. He says he's here. Ed Tolson from New York. Hello, everybody. 46 here right now. Gas is $2.65 at the BP station across the street. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, Ed from New York. Peter Heckma is here. Hi, Bruce and all. 83 degrees and sunny in Tarpon Springs, Florida today, he says. Gas shot up to $2.59 a gallon, and the sign, the ad was for American Cruise Lines. And have you had any more of the mounted police show up yet? Not today. So far quiet. So far so good. We know what that knock means, so I'll tell you that. RG is here saying hello to me. Vivian got train ad to explore Japan. Eric Gibbons, good evening, everybody. 65 in beautiful Charleston. Let's see here. Jorge Ruiz, hello, Bruce, checking in from Fort Lauderdale, where it's 80 degrees. Jorge, welcome. Randy Lucas is here. Greetings from sunny but very windy Las Vegas. The high of 66 today. Very happy here in our big SRV, and we're headed out to a late lunch soon. Randy, how you doing, pal? I've been, of course, following your messages, and way to go. I know you just got yourself a big ass Harley. Fantastic. It fits perfectly in the garage of your big SRV. Way to go, pal. And I say, way to just keep her going. Just keep right on going. Do what you're doing. It's fantastic. Gary Bruxford Bruce is a cool dad. RG, what do you know about the breakaway from NCL? I'm on it Feb 2020. Lots of folks have been on the breakaway. I've heard good things about the breakaway, one of the bigger ships. People are enjoying it very much. Catherine, hi, TWB family. 46 degrees here today. An ad for Greenwich Boat Show today. I'm still shocked from yesterday. Let's hope it's not going to happen again today. Thank you, Catherine. By the way, RG, I got to tell you, the breakaway, I believe, has a very nice spa area. You want to check out some YouTube videos. Just enter in the search bar on YouTube, Breakaway Spa. See if you can see some videos about that. I think it's pretty nice. I think you can enjoy the ship very much. A lot of videos have been made about the breakaway, by the way. Sherry Awesome Sunsets. Hello, Bruce. Hi, Sherry. D&G. Hello, Bruce and TLB family. 60 here in Madeira. Guys, how you doing? You heard about the drama, I'm sure. Sherry Awesome. Hey, gang. Vivian. Hi there, Sherry. Scott Weber saying hi. Fatima McCoy. I called. I thought that was the bill collectors knocking on your door. Sherry saying hi, Vivian. Fatima is here. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Fatima. D&G. Hi, Sherry and everybody. Leandro. Hi there, TW family from Las Palmas. Sunny here, 70 degrees. What have been the comments in the neighborhood? Wendy, hi Sherry. How's St. Louis? Knucklehead Cruiser. Need to watch those cops. Yep, need to watch those cops. Eric Gibbons. It's also terrible because it takes the first responders away from someone who may really need them. Yes, there are people here in this city, this town that could use their services, and yeah, they were here for too long. Might have only been 10 minutes, but too long. They really don't need to be here. That's true. Tom Henry, hi Derek. Tom R, good afternoon from Pasco, Washington. 49 degrees. Gas is $2.47.9 a gallon. And we're glad you're not in jail. I'm glad too. Definitely, Tom R. Welcome to the show. Nathan, Boat Review. Hi, Bruce. Hi there, Nathan. Arthur Hernandez, very worried going on Celebrity Equinox. Last cruise before dry dock. I don't want to be on a TWB story about a repositioning or a construction cruise. I hear you, Arthur. I really do. I just don't know. You know, you just don't know. The hope I have, and I mean, we cross our fingers here. I'm just hoping that they have not already blocked off a couple of the bars and turned them into construction offices. I'm hoping that they run that cruise like they should be. I would make sure that if there is anything like that going on, you raise a stink big time because you're entitled to, I think, a substantial portion of your cruise refunded to you for this outrage. I'm hoping it's not going to happen like that. I'm just hoping that the cruise will be all right. It'll be normal. And then once you're off the ship, do with the ship as you must, I say, but do let us know. Keep us posted, please. I'll follow up with you, and we'll stay on top of the story. D&G, hi there, Tom. Nathan, D&G, how you guys doing? Let's see here. Who else is coming by here? D&G, Tom Henry, Nathan. Kelly Haston is here. Hey, TW family. Knucklehead Cruiser. By the way, welcome, Knucklehead Cruiser. How you doing? Bruce is on the enemies list. Yep. Randy, trolls are the new low life species of you know what. There you go. Tom Henry quoting Mr. MG Tao, Creston is not safe. Scott Weber, you're still here. Nurse Nancy, hi there, TWB people. QuickBooks commercial, so was on before the show. Gloomy, cloudy in Wisconsin, but the temps are nice and mild, high in the 40s. That means meltage. Very good, Nurse Nancy. Wendy Thompson, troll equals MG Tao, she said. D&G Explorers, Nathan, boat review and more. You are the youngest cruise reviewer I've known. You're doing a good job, says D&G. Right on. Carl Peterson, unfortunately, it's the price of fame. Bruce, Tom Henry, time for a P.O. box and drop the address off the page. That has been done since yesterday. Jennifer has been working away to alter all the videos. The address is disappearing off the pages. That'll be replaced eventually with something else. Yeah, Leandro, who will pay for the repair of the damage? So far, Leandro, I think it's me. And the generosity of my viewers, that's where it's coming from, because, yeah, you think the troll is going to pay it? Go figure. Nathan, D&G, thanks. I give you guys a shout out on my next video. Sylvan, I hope the damage will be compensated by the RCMP. Try explaining that to your home insurance broker. Yeah, Sylvan, I know one thing. The deductible just won't make it worth our while. It's not like the door was destroyed, but there was damage done to it. As I say, we've had our friend here who is a bit of a handyman, and he wasn't too worried about it. He was figuring, okay, yeah, I can take care of this. Matter of fact, he looks after our house when we're not here, when we leave. So we gave him a few other things to do. Say, by the way, while you're here, we got this over here, and we got this over there. So there'll always be somebody in the house while we're not here, and don't come knocking over here, because there'll be someone waiting for you. Eric, Nurse Nancy, you can wear a swimsuit in those temps. Laughing out loud. D&G, I was watching a live show about a month ago, and they got swatted too. Very scary. They have information where you live. That's the scary part. Eric, sorry, spelling error. Tom Henry, Bonnie B needs a good recipe for possum. Brittany Lockwood, hi Bruce and all. Hi Brittany. Nathan, I just need to change my profile picture because of my name change. Brittany, I would not put up with any of that stuff. Sherry, so sorry that happened to you. Bruce, D&G, oh thanks Nathan. Cool Jazz, if it's overseas, good luck getting them. Knucklehead Cruiser, you should take up a collection. Yep. Brittany, let's all give Bruce a thumbs up. Carl, I agree. Tom Henry, P.O. Box may help. Nathan's, what's that? Some guy hit my mom's car 2 weeks ago at $100 fine. Tom Henry, where's Brittany been this week? She's been around. Sherry, hello. Wendy, funny thing is Wendy here in St. Louis too. Sylvan, possum, we were poor, but we never ate possum. I would boil it for 2 hours and then bake it with garlic and aromatic vegetables. Enjoy. Yuck. Tom Henry saying hi, Cool Jazz. Sherry, hello. Brittany, Nathan, Sherry, how you doing? Sylvan, Granny Clampett might have had a recipe for that, but not me. Cool Jazz. Hiya, Tom. Hope you had a good day. Tom's lava. Nathan, D&G. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Wendy, Sherry, we found pork steaks at last at Aldi's. We looked seafood. Jim Simpson. Hey, Bruce from Florida. Jim Simpson, how are you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Sherry, hello, Nathan. Tom Henry, no chat messages from the Stooge buddies today. That old biddy. Hello, everybody from St. Louis. Hello there, Vivian, the house, Paul, Willigas, stop. Sherry, awesome, yummy. That old biddy. Thumbs ups for Bruce. Cool Jazz. Figured I'd let you work today. Tom Henry, Paul's doctor was called to an emergency, so he rescheduled his appointment for tomorrow. Sandra Conklin. Hi, everyone. Hugs and blessings. Hugs, Bruce. Don't you ever stop. Thank you, Sandra. Fatima, thumbs ups for you. How many have I got? 66 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for throwing 66 thumbs ups my way. We did hit 100 yesterday on the show. Would be lovely to do it again today, but I don't know if we'll make it. But thank you, Vivian. Hope he gets better. Nathan, Sherry, DG, doing a video on Saturday. Chad Clark, I went on the Liberty of the Seas February the 10th to the 17th, and there were a few things I liked. One was the Royal Promenade View Rooms. Right on. I think the Liberty of the Seas ship's been around a little while, but Chad, glad you enjoyed that cruise. Cool Jazz Bermuda is raising port taxes. Yes, $16 a day they want to run it up to, but only for certain months of the year. I think it's through the summer months, from April to October. That's when they want to do that. Scott Weber, wasn't Antigua able to come up with an agreement with Carnival Corp? Nope. Sherry, way to go, Nathan. D&G, awesome. Nathan's boat review. Nathan, I'll be sick all week, but I'm fine. I was sick all week, but I'm fine now. Way to go, Nathan. Chad Clark, my next cruise is either going to be on another Carnival or Norwegian. Right on, Chad. Get out there and enjoy. Try to stay on ships 10 years or newer. That's my recommendation to you. These days, so many ships are going down with mechanical issues. I stay to the newer ones. That's just my personal opinion. Tom Henry, something smells fishy about the Carnival pull-up. Arthur Hernandez, you shouldn't even given them the satisfaction to talk about it. It's what they want. Well, you know, Arthur, people are going to ask me all day about it anyway. I might as well just let you know. All is well. Tom Henry, Bruce, I was in Antigua November 17. Didn't see any damage. There you go. That's another thing they were telling me too, that the one island was wiped out completely, and I think the amount of distance we're talking about is not very far. But in St. John's they came through relatively unscathed, so that's just great news. Scott, Tom Henry, Antigua wants to charge more per passenger, and Carnival is balking at it. Tom Henry, I figured as much. Knucklehead Cruiser, you can be robbed in the Caribbean. Oh yeah. Nathan, the angry people train is pulling from the station. Kemoy Carlisle, where in the world can't you get robbed? There you go, Kemoy. That's a good one right there. Nurse Nancy, I know I'm almost in shorts, Eric. Tom Henry, I hope NCL keeps going. Our gem cruise, November 22nd, will stop in Antigua. Randy Lucas, 66 days until our back-to-back Alaskan cruise. Right on. Fantastic, Randy. Way to go, Michelle Lucas, Biscuit Boys as bodyguards. Right on. Kemoy Carlisle, you hold a video. Your something video was a bold lie or a hold lie. My video. Kemoy is trying to tell me how bad I am. I think that's what's going on here. Nurse Nancy, my phone wasn't streaming right. I'm now on a laptop, so I can be part of the stream. Thumbs ups has been given. Thank you, Nurse Nancy. I see 70. We just broke 70 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for 70. Keep them coming, please. That would be beautiful. Chad Clark, I think my next cruise will be on the Carnival, Vista, or Horizon, and if it's Norwegian, probably the Getaway. Chad, you can't go wrong with any of those three ships. I don't think you can go wrong, although someone told me the other day they weren't happy with the Vista. They didn't feel there were certain things they didn't like about the Vista. I have a feeling, though, it depends on what kind of room you're going to get. If you're going to be in the Horizon or the Vista, if you can get one of those Cubana suites, I think you'll really like it. The Getaway, you definitely want to take in the spa on the Getaway. That one is a must. I think you'll enjoy that a lot. Knucklehead Cruiser, the water used to be clean. Food in the Caribbean is not clean. Yep. D&G, hi, Nurse Nancy. Nurse Nancy, hi again to everybody. Joshua Wood, I'm not sure which company to go with for my next cruise. Any suggestion? Joshua, how old are you? Are you traveling alone or with somebody else? Is it your wife? Friend? Give me an idea. Give me an idea how old you were talking about here. Who am I talking about? Then I have a better idea what to tell you. Scott Weber, hi, Nurse Nancy. Nurse Nancy, let's not repeat yesterday's events, okay? Kemoy, some of the pics you have in the first video wasn't in Antigua. Yeah, I was using photos of hurricane damage is what I was using. People were very upset that they didn't see their blessed street or country. They just forgot the fact that the video had to do with Carnival pulling out of Antigua. It didn't have to do actually with a referendum and an opinion piece with regard to hurricane damage in Antigua. It had to do with the fact that Antigua has got a problem with Carnival right now, and now the problem has spread to Holland America and Seabourn. That's the point of the video. But hey, you see what you see, you hear what you hear, you react to what you react. I'm here. I can take it. You have an issue, let me know. I'll be happy to discuss it in a PG kind of way. Otherwise, have to cut people out. But keep it PG. I'm okay. Nathan, Fatima saying hi. Cool Jazz is here. Who else is saying hi? Kimo, I want to know where in the world you don't find crime. Kimo, you're right. There's crime everywhere. It's just that when cruise ship passengers go to a beautiful place like Antigua, they don't expect to be robbed at the tourist places where you tell us to go. When you land in, say, a tourist town, you go to the tourist place, you don't expect to be robbed there. You expect to be security there. So when you're told by the Antiguans, oh, go over to the lighthouse area over here. It's wonderful. Great pictures. You'll have a great time. You don't expect to be knifed there. You expect to be security there, police, security guards, somebody. That's the problem. That's the little thing. We understand that if we go into town and we want to buy some dope from a dope dealer, you're dealing with someone who's breaking the law in the business they're in. You're hanging out in an area of town where they can do this kind of business, so your security could be compromised, and you're dealing with a criminal, so you might kind of, run into an issue. That's okay. That's normal. It's in Detroit, Chicago, Creston. I'm sure someone here can probably deal dope here, I'm sure. Vancouver, Toronto. But it's not okay to there. That's the beef we as tourists have. It's a little thing, we're picky people, but we just find that when we're told to go here for a great view, or you can take some great photos, or you can see something really significantly interesting, we don't expect to get hassled there. That's all it is. Just little things. Maybe we're just being too demanding, I suppose. That's the way you go. Okay. Too much fun. Here, continue with my next comment. Randy Lucas, greetings, TH, Tom Henry. Scott Weber, why doesn't Antigua then tax the cruise passengers on the other end by taxing all the stuff they buy? Yeah, Scott, they could try that. They could do that. They could put a tax in on every short excursion. They could have like a $20 security fee tax, and they could try it. But the cruise lines will, they'll look at the numbers and figure out, we can take our passengers to this island over here, and it's $25 less per passenger to have an experience there. We might play that game. It's all backing, isn't it? There's no simple answer. There is no simple answer. Tom Henry, Gilligan's Island, Nathan, Kimoy, Castaway Key, Knucklehead Cruiser, yep, sail on the water, yep, Kimoy, Nathan, I'm wondering right now. Vivian, hi, Nurse Nancy. Nathan, don't know. Washington, hello, everybody. Washington County News, how you doing? Linda Lou, hi, Bruce, and the whole gang, I made it. Linda Lou, welcome from Reno. Nathan, Kimoy saying, Nathan, Carnival need to tell the right story than having this man lie about Antigua. There you go, having me lie about it. Vivian, hey, Linda Lou, you're back. Knucklehead Cruiser, Bruce, you should Carnival to sponsor him. Linda Lou, hi, Viv. Yes, he got my business done quick. I got my business done quick. Vivian, great. Teresa Barber, hi, Bruce and everybody. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Vivian, hello, Teresa. Linda Lou, I never want to miss this show, but sometimes you just can't help it. Knucklehead Cruiser, the Caribbean has a history of being pirates. Yep. Nathan, guys, I got to go. Wait, Bruce. Can I use some of your videos for vid on Saturday? No, you can't use my videos for a video on Saturday. No, you don't have permission to use my stuff. Just on your own stuff. It doesn't work like that. Facebook has been down all day in the UK, not been able to post. Scott Weber, Antigua should figure out some other way to get those tourist dollars into their coffers. I agree. Hi there again, Linda Lou. Keela is here. Hi, Keela. Scott Weber, hi. Linda Lou, hi. Sherry, hi. Teresa Barber, true that. Sylvia is here from Green, North Carolina. How you doing, Sylvia? 66 and cloudy. Linda Lou, oh, Scott, hi, buddy. Bruce Salty also watching. Okay. The dog, I think, is that the dog? Linda Lou, Sherry, hi there. Debbie Emanuel, hi, Bruce and everybody. Beautiful and low sea, Northern California. Debbie Emanuel, welcome back to my show from Chico, California. I'm glad you're here. Vivian, hi, Deb. Sherry, hello, Debbie. Nathan's saying bye. Take care, Nathan. Linda Lou, hi, girlfriend over the hill. Sherry, hello, Sylvia. Randy Lucas, hi there, Debbie Emanuel from Randy. Teresa Barber, hi, bye, Nathan. Sylvia, hello, everybody. Catherine, buy the drink package and stay on the ship. Laugh out loud. There you go. Linda Lou, Knucklehead Cruiser. The cruise ship should just do cruises to nowhere and thus do away with the Jones Act. Yep. Sylvia, hi, Sherry, Scott Weber. Debbie, same weather as Southern California coast. It's nice and the sun is out and there's no rain. Yes, that's good stuff. Linda Lou saying hi, Sylvia. Debbie, hi, Randy Lucas. Hope Shell are doing well. Knucklehead just out in the ocean would be more fun than going to a port. Might be. It might go to that. Rodriguez, greetings from sunny Florida. I will like to have more information on the best way to book the end. Al with Norwegian. Well, I would go to, if it was me going on back-to-backs, I would go to vacations2go.com because I like using their site. I would then find the cruises I'd like to be on back-to-backs, find the best pricing, and then I would just give those guys a call on their 800 number and talk to them about it. Give them the deal numbers, and then they'll run you through everything. They'll tell you all the rules and regs and everything you got to do about staying on a ship when you're not getting off a ship. But you're still going to have to clear customs when you get back, and then you can just go back onto your ship. But Michelle, I would talk to vacations2go.com because I just like using them. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I were, but I'm not. But I like using them. Vivian, hi, Sylvia. Otherwise, sorry, Michelle, going back to you for a second. Otherwise, if you got a travel agent that knows their stuff, talk to a travel agent, and they'll help you as well. There's that personal service that way. But Vacations2Go, you can talk to a human being there too. Debbie, yes, indeed, Scott. Nice to dry out for a bit. That is for sure. Tom Henry, hi, Debbie, and Sylvia. Linda Lewis, beautiful sunny day through, kind of chilly though, 36. Teresa, true, I was there in February. Nurse Nancy, hi there, Sylvia. RG, where do you find all your stories? RG wants to know, where do you find all your stories? Well, RG, I'm a full-time guy doing this, and I'm constantly looking for news updates. News releases coming to me directly from the cruise lines. I have a number of media outlets I follow all over the planet, actually. I mean, I'm constantly scouring for information everywhere I can get it, but of course I'm using my computer most of the time. But as time goes by, there will come a point in time where I will probably have direct personal contacts at various media outlets that I'll just be able to pick up the phone and shoot the breeze with some of these guys and find out what's going on, and then do some texting back and forth. I mean, it's just my network is getting larger and larger every week, every month, with more and more contacts, because people know that I like to comment on daily happenings in the cruise trade, and that's how I do it. It's just hard work, RG. It's just hard work. Linda Lou, hi, Tommy boy. Nurse Nancy, is the list is getting long, right, Sylvia? Sherry, hello, Nurse Nancy. Vivian, so what's got snow? Who's got snow? Vivian wants to know. Debbie, hi, Sylvia and everyone. Teresa, Barbara, that is not so much, though. Let's see here. Nurse Nancy, great to see you again. Debbie and Sherry. Sylvia, Tom, you went to Antigua 17. What excursion did you do there? Linda Lou, I finally figured out how to put my picture on here. My kids would be proud of me. Oh, writing on Linda Lou. I see your avatar there. I commend you for that. Teresa Barbara will not go back to Port Maya too. Not much there. There you go. Knucklehead Cruiser. A lot of people get sick after they visit Mexico. Carl, now do you do it? Now, what Carl's asking, I have no. How do you do it, Linda Lou? He wants to know. Carl wants to know. Linda Lou, how did you do that? Teresa, we will have to have up their. You're going to have to up their excursion game. That's what Teresa's saying about Costa Maya. Okay, I'll get it. Let's see here. Wendy, some ports are just defined as don't get off the ship. You're better off staying on board. Nurse Nancy, nicely done, Linda Lou. This technology thing can be challenging at times. Linda Lou, go to your Google account and upload one or take a selfie. Scott Weber, I have a question on back-to-back cruise. On the day you return to the port and end one cruise and then start the next one, can you visit the port without going through embarkation again? Good question. Very good question. I don't know. I haven't done a back-to-back myself, so I can't tell you. Most people don't get off the ship. They have the ship all to themselves. So a lot of the upper decks of the pools, there's virtually no one up there. So they hang out there as long as they can, go down customs, come back. But I would imagine you can exit the ship. Yes, I'm certain you can. You can hang up, but you're probably going to have to do a check-in. It might be expedited, but you're going to come through security and come back on. I'm certain of that. Someone might have made a comment, though, in the meantime, between when you posted and by the time I got to this. So we'll see what's going on. Linda Lou, you sure got that right, Nurse Nancy. Nurse Nancy agreed, Wendy, but I do like to see some things from the various ports, but don't need to worry about basic safety. Teresa, Wendy, it was a one and done sort of place. I'm staying on the ship next time. That old biddy, hi, everybody. Happy to see familiar names in the room. Zachary, will any other cruise line besides Carnival ever home port ship year-round in Los Angeles, Long Beach, or San Diego? Year-round. Well, Princess does year-round in Los Angeles. I believe it's year-round for Mexican cruises. Let me think a minute now. Going forward, the Norwegian Joy is going to be home porting Seattle in the summer and Los Angeles in the fall. So a little bit of that through the winter. Um, I'm trying to think of anybody else. I'm having a tough time coming up with it because the choices are limited regarding cruises out of California. I mean, let's face it, where can you go from California to adhere to the Jones Act? You can go to Mexico. You can go to Hawaii and back to Ensenada, Mexico, and back to your U.S. port. You can go up to Canada and back. But in the winter, you're not going to go to Canada and back. You're not going to go Alaska and back. In the wintertime, you're going to try to do L.A. south towards Hawaii and then back to Ensenada, Mexico. You're going to do Mexican cruises. So, where else can you go? You can't go to 25 different countries out of Los Angeles. No one close enough. So why would a lot of cruise ships home port out of LA? They have no need to. They have no reason to. If there was a huge demand for South American cruises out of LA, rest assured, they would have cruise ships home porting LA, doing 2 and 3 week cruises down to South America and back. But there isn't a big demand for that. If there was a huge demand for Panama cruises, like every 2 weeks, back and forth and back and forth, you'd have 10 ships doing it. But there isn't that kind of demand. It's expensive to go through the Panama Canal with those canal fees, and there's limited room. So LA is sort of, LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Long Beach. Not many choices. And so you don't have very many ships doing that because there's really the Mexican cruises. You're going to keep one ship for Carnival, one ship for Holland America, maybe one for Princess. That's all Carnival. Now you've got Norwegian with its ship going to Mexico and back, but Royal Caribbean doesn't have one. They don't have a ship at all doing Mexico from LA. So there you go. Linda Lou, now you can see all I qualified for La Lido Loca Fluffy Club. Right on. Knucklehead Zachary, NCL has all along. Yep. Nurse Nancy, lots of regulars here. Linda Lou, hi, that old biddy. The same old gang is here. D&G, everyone's here. Who else is here? Let me come through here. Scott Weber, Zachary, Brand. Mexico is in summer is way too hot. Most of the Mexico trips go to Alaska in summer. There would need to be more in California or Oregon for that to happen. Exactly. And the problem is it's a seasonal thing. It's only seasonal. You're not going north from LA in the winter. You're just not going there. There's no way. No one would buy it. All the California. This one's the lone Nevada gal, she says. Who else is here? Silva says, don't forget the Floridians and Lucy. Alan Carter, hi all from Calgary. A few Wisconsinites, says Nurse Nancy. Alexandra Conklin, New York State here. Hugs and blessings for all. Kimoy, Antigua 268, right on Kimoy. Joshua Derby, 7 Celsius. Welcome, Joshua. Kimoy, sunny. Sherry, 64, very windy here in St. Louis. And then Lou, Sylvan, I didn't see you. And Lucy, I would never forget the Delray Beach gang. Barry Holman, Bruce, did you hear about the lawsuit against NCL Pennsylvania here? Barry, you got to be more specific. There's so many lawsuits going on. Which one are you talking about? I need your help there. Let's see here. Michelle, 76 degrees in Sanford, Florida. Vivian, weather hitting UK, not good. Vicky Conley, hi from Windsor, Colorado, right in the middle of a blizzard. Oh my gosh, Vicky, you're getting that system that's starting or heading to the east. Brittany, there will just be a cool down, nothing major in terms of cold weather. 62 degrees in Gomer, Ohio, says Julie. Jackie, sorry, your comment isn't going to work. Sorry. Let's see here. Linda, I am new to your live chat. 40 degrees in Massachusetts. Welcome, Linda Duma, to the channel, the show. I'm glad you're here from beautiful Massachusetts. And stay warm, stay safe. There's nasty weather coming your way, so watch out for that. From what I hear in Colorado, it's coming your way. Yuck. Brittany, the news stories are quite interesting. Sherry, also, my ad was booking.com today. Jorge, we are out of Fort Lauderdale and heading out the brilliance on Monday. Fantastic, Jorge. Way to go. Linda Lou, hi, Linda. What a great name. Tom Henry, Cindy has an ad for Kerr Tools, Said Orange County, New York State. Still need my heated bra and socks at night, only in the teens. Linda says thank you. Nurse Nancy, I have to get back to work. Bye all. Hi, and bye, Sandra. Tom Henry, I hear Canada's leading the way to ground 737s. Yep, been done. The Americans have already done it today as well. They're grounded everywhere now. Barry Holman, it has an outstanding spa. Says Barry. Sandra giggles. Bye, Nancy. Vivian, bye, Nancy. Sandra, hi and bye. Linda Lou. Linda means beautiful, perfect name for me. Linda Dumas, bye, Linda. Glenn Edinburgh from Brisbane, Australia is here. Hi, Bruce and all TWB guys. Cooler today. It's only 30 Celsius in Brisbane. That's around 80 degrees in Queensland. Welcome, Glenn, to the show. Newman's Own Travel Adventures. Greetings from Clemens, North Carolina. It's a brisk 66 degrees. Oh, what I would give to have a brisk 66 here. We're a cool 40. And lately, that's warm for us, but it's 40 here. Welcome, Newman's Own. Vivian, Mr. Australia is here. Hi there, Newman's Own. Cruising on the cruising on the Carnival Sunshine, March 29th out of Port Canaveral. Right on, Newman's Own. Let us know how that works out. Joshua Wood, which company would you recommend for my next cruise? Joshua, how old are you? Memes, hi, Bruce from Fort Lauderdale, 80 degrees. Can't wait to catch Brilliance of the Sunday commercial today. Right on, meme. Move to Florida and have 33 Carnival cruises and 2 vacation. Right on. Washington County, Facebook is down today. Michelle Rodriguez, I want information of the best way to book back-to-back cruises with NCL. Yeah, go to vacationstogo.com. Mr. Grumpy 53, you're correct about people wanting a safe cruise. This fall, I'm going on a 17-day cruise with 12 sea days. Right on, Mr. Grumpy. Ian Spencer, how did you get swatted? Don't know. I mean, wish I could tell you how that happened, but someone obviously called the authorities locally, and they showed up at the door. What can I say? Brittany just got me a snack, and my snack is two Patrick's Day sugar cookies. Joshua Wood, I'm 21 and single. All right, Joshua, you're 21 and single. What's the best cruise line for you? Okay. When Virgin Voyages starts up next year, you want to go on that cruise line. That's your number one objective, is to get on the Scarlet Lady with Virgin Voyages, the Richard Branson cruise line, brand new. They got a website up. You should be checking that out. That's one. Number two, right now, you want to go on a cruise now? Royal Caribbean, get yourself on a one of the big ones. Get on Symphony of the Seas. Get on Oasis of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Allure of the Seas, any of those. You're going to love all the activities on board the ship. I mean, just so much. You'll go to private island in the Bahamas. Otherwise, I would recommend you take a look at Royal Caribbean, the Mariner of the Seas, or the Navigator of the Seas. They're going to be running shortly, if not already, 3- and 4-day cruises out of Miami, if that works for you. You'll get a quick 4-day cruise in, 3-day cruise in. You'll get a good taste for it, and you'll see if you like it. I think you'll like it. You're going to like the activities on board the ships, the ports of call. And the price is right. Those are the cruise lines. That's what I'd recommend. Virgin Voyages and Royal Caribbean for you. If you're going to go on a Norwegian cruise, go on one of the newer, bigger ships. That's what I would look at for you. Because there's lots going on. There's lots to do on board. Always activities, comedy clubs. They got the piano bars. You name it. So at that age, 21, yeah, that's what you want to do. But Virgin Voyages has got your name written all over it. I'm telling you right now, they have targeted you big time. That's what I'd recommend. Debbie, hope you remember which ship is. Teresa Barber, we are going to Havana in July on Royal Caribbean. What excursions are recommended? Don't know, Teresa. I don't know what to recommend to you in Havana at all. I have no idea what to tell you. Go to the website for Royal Caribbean. You'll probably see them all listed there. And then check YouTube videos. Just, YouTube, the YouTube page. Enter Havana short excursions and see what people are recommending. What they've done. You can see if it works for you. That's what I'd recommend. Washington County. I'm in what is that? Stage Gorge, Utah, something like that. And the temperature's 49. And this weekend it's going to be 70. Right on, man. That's fantastic. Linda Lou, a Carnival will be good for you, Joshua. A younger group. Carnival could be a short. I'd look at a short Carnival on a newer ship. Might be an idea. Clip, hi from Penfield, New York, 45 degrees. Clip, how you doing, buddy? Debbie, it is my internet connection, or is Bruce having trouble? My connection is off and on today. I'm seeing cloudy, fuzzy pictures. I'm not sure. It's not me. It might be the problem that Facebook is having, and maybe YouTube is having issues too. Eric, I think it's Bruce because I'm experiencing the same thing. Dimitri, your assessment about Alaska is very wrong. Current easier and more affordable from here. Dimitri, he's trying to get rid of that Ocean Ranger program. What an idiot. What a moron. It's paid for, but is he doing? I heard the committee meeting didn't go too well yesterday for the governor on that one. I don't know. I just don't cook your own golden goose, man. You've got millions of passengers who want to come to your place. They're prepared to pay the price. They're paying. Your ships are at capacity at current prices. You don't need to cut corners and make it less. You really don't. Dimitri, I don't agree with you on that. Debbie, thanks. Eric, clip. Definitely Bruce. Eric, sure thing. Debbie, steamer. Hey, folks, Bruce, the Mounties were at the door yesterday. That was plain wackadoodle. It was, and they had their weapons drawn. I'd never seen a Mountie holding a pistol and pointing it at me before. 2 of them, and my wife. That was interesting. Linda Lou, Hall America's in San Diego. Eric Gibbons, Panorama out of Long Beach. Dimitri, I actually really love Mexican Riviera cruises from Long Beach and LA. Dimitri, I agree with you there. I'm on the same page with you on that. Knucklehead, Mexico level 2, exercise and street increased caution by a U.S. State Department. That's correct. Brittany, Bruce, you are cutting in and out. I know. Tom Henry, is your internet slow today? I don't know. It's running fine all day here. Brittany, 80 degrees ratio as usual. Bruce, thanks. Brittany, starting on Friday, the highs will be in the 60s. Scott Weber, I go to Mexican Riviera. It's really fun. Gavin, good morning, guys. Linda Lou, I love Mexico. Washington County, you are lagging big time. Gavin, a mild 86 here in Southern Australia today. Scott Weber, Bruce, it's a bad internet and it's lagging. Herbert Doherty, loud and clear on my iPhone. You handled the swatting so well. I'd still be shaken. Dimitri, Joshua, NCL with free drink package. Don't even waste time on Carnival or RCC or Royal Caribbean. There you go. Knucklehead Cruiser, Virgin Cruises is way too expensive for a 3 and 4 day cruise. Once you sign up for the email, you can't get off. I don't know, Knucklehead. I'm excited about those guys. I think they're going to do a great job, but that's just me. Anyway, I've caught up to you guys. I think I've been on long enough today. Thank you for tolerating the lousy internet today. What can I say? It's not me. We're fine here. 79 thumbs ups have come in today. Thank you for those very much. I'm on tomorrow twice. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm on twice, 5 and 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So if you want to swat me tomorrow, you can catch me on 2 shows. Although I wouldn't recommend it. But what can I say? The swatters are out there. What can I say? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good evening. Cool Jazz, Bruce and Jen become Bonnie and Clyde yesterday. Where's the loot? I want you to stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm, and get through this crazy storm that's going to hit the U.S. the next couple of days. Hope it's going to be okay for you guys. Join me tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We'll have some more fun then. And in the meantime, take it easy and enjoy. And thank you for all of your support of this channel and this YouTuber. I say cheers to all of you from TWB here in Creston. Good stuff. 80 thumbs ups. Thank you for 80 thumbs ups today. Not as big a crowd as usual, but it is only a Wednesday show. I don't generally draw that much on a Wednesday, but thank you for coming by. Bye, Bruce. Tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, says Debbie Manuel. Thank you, Debbie, and everyone else who was here today. Have a pleasant evening, you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5 Eastern Time for another edition of Who's at Bruce's Door Now. See you guys. Bye for now.